Oh, that's dizzy. Good morning, team. We are almost ready to move in. However, the weather forecast for today is nice and sunny all day. The weather forecast for the next 9 days is rain. There's no way I can move in the rain, so I'm just going to throw everything I can in here today. I still have one wall that needs a second coat of paint and one wall that will need a few touch-ups. I'm going to have to do that sometime this week once it's dried out, and I'm going to be fairly careful not to put too much stuff against these walls. So this week, the plan is to move in. Hey. Well, I made more of a mess than I was planning to today, but I'm going to spend the next day or two sorting this mess out. I need to cut some shelves and just make it look a bit more like a workshop. I will get back to you guys when it looks good. Well, that doesn't really work, does it? Let's try something else. Well, I'm making pretty good progress. I've got maybe 80% of the equipment in the shop. I still have a bunch more to get, but as you can probably hear, it is raining pretty hard today. And everything else that I need to get is electronic components, and I'm not going to carry that around in the rain, so that's going to have to wait. I like to know where all my tools are. I like to have them all in hand reach, so that when I'm working on something, I don't spend so much time looking for tools. It's one of the things that's been driving me crazy through the process of putting this roof on and doing all the work inside here, installing the doors and windows. You never have the tool that I want, and that's a big part of the purpose of this workshop. You spend a lot less time looking for tools and a lot more time using the tools. These lockers and these workbenches behind me all came from one of the Land Rover factories that was here. It actually shut down at the beginning of COVID. It used to be an injection molding factory, so they made all the plastic parts, the door opening and that kind of stuff. And it was actually my partner B found some whiteboards for sale, and we paid €5 for each whiteboard. These lockers were €50 a set, and these benches were €50 a set as well. I was looking this morning just to see what the set of a price of lockers is. For 15 lockers like this, it was about €600, and we got it for 50. And the same, these workbenches, I don't know how much they would cost. They're all extruded aluminium and they're really well made, very solid. So today I'm just going to continue on tidying up the workshop. I'm going to get as much stuff in the right place as I can, and then sometime this afternoon I'm going to switch modes and I'm just going to make a fun project. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I've been promising people I will make for them. A lot of people have done me a lot of favors to help me get all the materials, help me with the roof, and all sorts of different things. Part of that, I want to give them all something back. So there's a couple of birdhouses I need to make, there's a sawhorse I need to make, there's a trolley that I need to make. I'm very excited to do that one. It could be an absolute disaster, or it could go really well, who knows. It should also give me a pretty good idea if I need to start moving anything around in here, if I put things in positions where they're useful, or where they're just in the way and causing problems. Well team, it's officially time. I am bored of organising and tidying. It is so hard for me to have all these tools here and not be using them, so I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to make a simple birdhouse. I have a couple of old bits of bunk bed. Let's see what we end up with. Okay, that is all the pieces for the birdhouse cut. We have our base, we have our edges, we have our supports, and over here we have our roof pieces. Unfortunately, I didn't have any bits big enough for the roof, so I had to glue some together, which means we're going to need to wait until tomorrow for those to dry. I'm going to get on with cleaning up the workshop. This was a nice break in proceedings, but I need to keep organizing, getting some more things in here and organizing what's in here already. It's very clear that I have too much stuff for the size of workshop that I have, but that's a good problem to have, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to get on with cleaning up and organizing, and I'll come back to you tomorrow where we can put this bird feeder together. Alright team, it is freezing. In fact, it is currently 5 degrees. Not quite freezing, but it feels like it is. Okay, first off, let's get this birdhouse project finished and out the way. Then I'm going to have a go at the trolley project. We'll get that finished and out the way. And then I need to really finish moving in. I have about 80% of everything in here. I have about 20% of everything in here sorted out and organized. And I have stuff everywhere. Okay, that's our bird feeder put together. Next up, I'm going to try and put this trolley together. As I may have mentioned before, it's only my 3rd time welding. I'm very much learning from YouTube videos, so please don't use that as a how-to, because I will be making every mistake available at least twice. I was watching a video the other day, and the guy was welding up the flatbed on his truck, and he came out with a comment. He's like, if you have to use a grinder when you're welding, you are not a welder, you are a grinder. I am very much a grinder. Okay team, fair warning, I do not know how to weld. This is going to be my 3rd attempt at welding. The welding I've done so far looks terrible. There's splatter everywhere, the penetration is not very good. I've taken all the safety precautions I'm supposed to take. I have a good helmet, I have the gloves, I have a thick coat on, I have leather shoes on so none of the splatter burns down in between my toes. And I have a fire extinguisher by the door. Here's me welding when I don't really know how to do it. Let's see what we can make. Hopefully we'll end up with something that resembles a trolley and doesn't look too bad. Wish me luck, kids. Well team, as I mentioned, I have no idea how to weld. I managed to get the two inside corner ones to look reasonable, and the rest of them look like a big splattery mess. I'm going to grind them down, see how they look inside. But that was fun. I'm going to spend the rest of the day playing with bits of metal. That is cool. I cannot see anything. Well, I think I spent more time grinding than I did welding, but that was expected. So far, very happy. It seems pretty square. I'm going to scrub this down. Have a couple more holes to drill in it for some shelf supports, and then I'm going to scrub it down and paint it. I have some wheels to go on, I have some shelves to go on. I'll try and show you the end result next week. Thank you for watching. Hit the like and subscribe buttons to help me out, and ask any questions down below. This doggy passes through every day at the same time, but I still have no idea where it's from. The deer have been out in full force this week, and I'm starting to understand why there is so little grass left in the garden. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll catch you all next time.